As God show you His wonder, you're not believing. We told Joshua for what? You're not footballer.
Yeah.
A football the very country. A football bring medicine in the head.
No.
Yeah, we told Ellen to yesterday because she's from Harvard University.
Yeah.
What would the book do for you? No passion for development. Then we move Joshua, we put the millions men in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Connections that you not get it.
Connection.
Yeah. Just say that Doma, all kind of things that just happen here. I'm sure no he, no tea.
When he was 12 years old early, Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing her thing on her own. She was carrying from country to
country. And the government need to really invest. The people like you that get the type of structure. The council even they could just be getting $1 million for the budget year. Every year they give $1 million. You impact.
If I were president of this country, as God show you His wonder, you're not believing. We told Joshua for what? You're not footballer.
Yeah.
A football the very country. A football bring medicine in the head.
No.
Yeah, we told Ellen to yesterday because she's from Harvard University.
Yeah.
What would the book do for you? No passion for development. Then we move Joshua, we put the millions men in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Connections that you not get it.
Connection.
Yeah. Just say that Doma, all kind of things that just happen here. I'm sure no he, no tea.
When he was 12 years old early, Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing her thing on her own. She was carrying from country to country. And kept a man in the garage for 12 years, according to Boyka himself.
Yes.
That means he was not empowered to meet any leader. When the African leader themselves need support from the West.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All African leaders need support from the West.
Yeah.
No African leader will help another African leader.
When we have wrote, the Senate did a comprehensive report of their findings and attached the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law and everything. And the position statement for those commissioners who decided from Brady to where and said the way forward is a Panama House discussion for peace. Then when Brother come now, he is deceived by coming there, by the Dillon there, Nombi there, and he now where he's just thinking all kind of way, Brother, all kind of thing. He won't go after people. Then, the CDC still control the lower house, the upper house.
Mm-hmm.
So they went, some kind of thing they did, they did a resolution that passed, because of money crossing.
Yeah.
Then they sent it to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then something happened, wow! All that they almost signed to Yombi house, then they brought it that Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh! Then when I heard what was happening, it was remain 2 persons to sign. That was me, that was Bani, Jim Bani. Now when I went to Kum, I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper, and you were here with our own leadership, and we sent the report with all documents, legal documents, to guide where. Then Baka benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved in the election in 2011 because he was not wrong with them.
You're right.
He benefited.
You're right.
Then after serving Ababa for 12 years now, he's now president now. We finished campaign for that kind of Omer, then he won't persecute us. He does going to persecute us. So what is going on with Kun? Then Kun said, well, what I will do for you is to help you with lawyer. Then 5,000 go look for lawyer. So from Kun offered, my own son offered that I went and signed a resolution. I have many things that why you did this. You know what they told me?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So starting the resolution, I mean, we agree. Bring it now. When Baka send a bill, they will now put all the law they put in now and back it.
Oh, okay.
If the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's said to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the vehicle like this. They don't know where they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, Syphilis, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that George Weah is too much for Liberia. That is the man who have brought total transformation to Liberia. That is a man who have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he will have done it in second term. But they don't understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. Usually, Liberia will be zero in sports. Zero. 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 When I go to Nations Cup now, go to Nations Cup, let's see. Let me see the Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup, I'll give $500,000. If you qualify for Nations Cup, yes, time, Liberia will be worse. Will be one of the worstest country in the whole world. What I mean, worstest country in the whole world. If Liberia will not protest against this government, tell me there is no God. If Liberia will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and said, we don't want you again, leave, resign, tell me there is no God. I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right. The hardship, you have not seen that hardship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have never experienced. Liberia will drink dirty water, and they will be thanking God for drinking. That is the kind of president you have. This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template. He doesn't have any roadmap for the nation. They just force him there. It was rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. It was forced to be president. So are the people who connive to do all of this and put him there, right? US.
You mean US budget will determine his clear vision for the country. Okay, so it also includes the development on some of these problems. For instance, I know it can be argued understandably that the overpower bridge that the Chinese government is about to build, and the street, the road from Cassidy Boulevard to 12th Street, they were all in the Puebla. That's true, but it was blocked in the Puebla. The President Bouazizi's visit to China, reassuring China that when we are taking action on the global stage, we will take it with our own interest first as a country, not to please any other person before Liberia's interest, and then people fighting them will join inside and will stand.
Just a final question.
Yeah. So you see, he visited to the FOCA, to the China Africa Forum, has now got China excited with the new commitment to come do this project. They are in town already. You call the Minister of Public Works, he will tell you the Chinese government will waste time when they say they want to do something. But when you step on their interest, then you're in problem with them. Now, anytime we want to do anything on a global stage, the first question we should be asking, what's in it for us as a country and people? And if what's in it for us is good as a country and people, if other countries benefit from the trickle-down effect of our vote, okay. But we must never again vote on something that will.
Liberia, like I said, is one of the best countries in the world. Whether you believe it or not, you understand? Yeah, it's a small country. It's one of the best countries. You know, we are very good people. And then I think what we should strive for is for our country to survive. You know, and that's why we promote peace in our country. You know, for so many years we've been promoting peace, and people that brought war still continue to have the face at the end of discrimination. This is wrong, and we will not sit as citizens of this country. I was in opposition before. I faced this thing before, and then of course I'm in opposition. We'll put check to that.
Wow. And these things happen in the wake of these turbulent times. You know, the economic hardship is very high, and there were people that you may have placed on payroll and so forth here and there, but these are Liberians. In the wake of all of these hardships, they have been taking off jobs, and some of them could be angered by that and take matters into their own hands. And you are a man of peace, and if they did support you and they are suffering because they are associated with you, people have been taking up tenure positions. Whoever associated with you, either directly or indirectly, they have been taking up jobs. These things could anger people and they could take matters in their own hands. What say you to this? Yeah.
Maybe the international community that were reminding us to make sure that we don't break the rules and regulations. They are still there. And we have to respect the laws of the Republic. That's what we did. When I was in power, when they tell me that no, this is a tenure position, you cannot move the person until the tenure expire. So be it. That's the law. We can't break the law. So I hope that the government will take heed. It's important to respect the law of the Republic. We're not a democratic period, so we need to respect the law. All we look for is to respect the law, and that's what we did.
Looking at the common people are losing their jobs at various places as well. Not just only tenure position holders. They are the ones that feeling the pinch the most. They got nothing.
Ab, when you are angry and you let the wrong people thinking that they are the savior, is wrong. You know what I'm saying? We were in opposition before. If you employ poor people that have the minimum, and somebody come to power and believe that because they associate with other people, they have to be taking a job. This is very bad. That's not good. No leader can do that. You know, and what $50 job, $100 job. You mean the government that come to power that came to rescue cannot even give a $50, $100 job, lead a citizen on that job? This is wrong. It's wrong. It be everything that they're doing wrong, and we know that. You know, but again, the peace of Liberia is the most important. It's the most important, and that's why we in accordance with the law. You know, this is wrong. People supported the Unity Party. I came to power. I left them there. These are citizens of the country. But you can employ a Senegalese man and you refuse to employ a Liberian? Is that what it is? No, it's wrong. It's wrong. Everything that they're doing is wrong, Abi. The disrespect is wrong. Breaking our laws is wrong. And the old men know that. Bwaga know that. Bwaga know that. When we were there, the Bwaka, we used to go to him, even fee Bwaka because of his title. You know what I'm saying? Make him comfortable because of a title. But you see what he's doing? You get a lot of gangsters around here and thinking that Liberia in front of gangsters. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Wow. But you should be concerned as well. Why it is true that you're in opposition, you should be concerned. You also have a responsibility to maintain the peace of the country. Though the burden has shifted on the government to maintain the peace.
AB have always kept the peace of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay.
During Ellen time, I've kept the peace. During President Dota, I kept the peace. Amos Oyota, I kept the peace. Chancellor Oyota, I kept the peace. I have never broken anything in this country. I work for peace in our country, and I'm on record. Even the United Nations know that I work for peace. So I'm not trying to break the peace. What I'm telling you that those people that say they came to rescue us, they are breaking the laws of the Republic, and it is wrong. If you can see it, AB, it is wrong. It is wrong. Because in the government that I serve, tenant position were respected. Today, you can say that you're taking the person off because he associated with somebody. No, but you see, we are different. The respect I have for Ellen Johnson, I kept that respect. And the respect I kept for her, to respect the laws of the Republic. I even work with Ellen Johnson as a peace ambassador. You understand? So I don't have a issue of keeping the peace of the country. Of course, we are peaceful, but we will not allow people to break our laws and then intimidate or people, and we just sit. That would never happen. You know, we in opposition. Ellen Johnson, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, let me give her the respect, because that's somebody that I respect so much. She did some things that we disagree, and we went to her and spoke to her. By the rule of law, you know, we have the right to protest, and we protest. We went to Ellen, and she understood that. She came on the table and we talked. You understand? They respecting leaders that are traveling, and you refuse for them to use the laws that they built, and Liberians sit down there and say, yeah, it's right. No, it's not right. If the Bwaka man, he was not even president, and we give you a VIP all the time you're traveling, what you're doing is wrong, and you need to wake up. Those things are wrong. Those things are wrong. Everybody said that. You want that change? Bwaka was not the change. Bwaka was never the change. Those few people that believe that all the years, almost 171 years, they left this country, they wanted to come back because where they went, there was no passion. They think that they can get in Liberia and lie, say they came for a change. There's never came for a change. Why they changing? To break the laws is why they changing? No. There will be a period, and we'll check. But again, like I said to all citizens, and that's what you saw today, in the ring, go to have your program and be peaceful. Enjoy yourselves. Be together, recalibrate. You know what I'm saying? Regain the people confidence. And Liberians are there. You got some sound Liberians that believe that we were the right group. Yes, I'm not saying that everything was roses. No, but we fought for this country in the midst of pandemic. Liberia shine among the great nations. So what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So the disrespect to our citizens is wrong. It's wrong. You know, it's wrong. Respect the law. And I did not bring 10 jobs. We met it. The Unity Party left it with us, and we respected it. So what's going on? Is it that Bwaka angry because during Ellen time there were 10 jobs, and you want to break it because you are not happy? Is that why you're saying to us? Because the 10 job, I didn't do it. I made it there, and I respected the laws of the Republic. And so thank you for this time, for giving the opportunity. But there will be a time I hope that our people realize that we made a mistake. We made a mistake. We're in a new era, and they send us back to the old era. We need to correct that.
of my fantastic students, of course, on and off line students. I want to say hats up to all of you wherever you are. We are forever grateful to the Almighty God that we are right here tonight, especially for the online one, learning data on a daily basis. I want to say thanks to all of you for your support that you've given for the sake of your country. We are certainly getting there, and there's times fast approaching. Anytime soon, we'll be launching at our fundraiser for extension, for broadcast extension, especially to other communities and so forth. Like I told you the last time, we are bracing ourselves for that. We'll be doing it. So let me say hands up to all of you. Joe Cooper, because he understands a bit of history in this class, especially when we talk on some issues of the past. We always come up with records. Joe Cooper, hands up to you. We appreciate you. Your brilliance will not make you number one student in this class. You'll never be wiser than the teacher, whether you like it or not. Let me put in the outside just for the classroom consumption. You can dominate our class here with your old age business. All right, so thank you so much, my brother. We appreciate everything that you do. The information are well taken in. I want to say hats up to Bobby Nash. Hats up to Eugene. Hats up to all of you. We are grateful to our ever potent class prefect, Emmanuel Yima. The rest of the other students who are online, especially for those who come to class too early. Let me recognize them here today. Soon to come to class today. Enrico Williams was first in class today, followed by Emmanuel Bro and Aaron V. Fianot Tier, followed by Stephen A. Bass. Yeah. These are the students who come to class very early. Hawatote or Haratotei. Then we have William Massacoy and of course Darius Bronsking also in class. Matera Steven comes on in sixth person in class. Yeah, she comes there and of course calls on the class to share. And so we are very excited about these early, and those students who come to class very soon, we like them. So I want to say thanks to all of you for coming to class very early. Appreciate you so much. You are right on the dot. Maxwell Yimpan as well. Always will do same. Benjamin F. Bass. George Watkins Jr. Let me say what's up to all of you. We are right here again tonight, people. We have to be here for the sake of our country. Sonny. Yeah, also. And these are fantastic students. And enough Snetter. We have Lucia Dorcas Hicks, Phoenix, Arizona. I went Phoenix, it was in 2019. Yeah, I went Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix is a better place. If I look at Liberia, I don't know what other area you are, but it's very good. Yeah, Liberia. The weather is too good. I don't know. At the time I went there, I don't want to be too quick, but I think that time I really enjoyed it. It's almost like Liberia, man. I could fly around. I didn't feel like much being in your cool places and there. And I want to call it. Tell me to go Minnesota. I said to go do what in there. Beg you, yeah. All right, let me say us up to all of you, great people, fantastic students. You are all in class here tonight. Yeah, we are getting there. With God, things are possible, and I think for sure, and I. Now we call MOU government. You're trying to leave that, right? A student in your mouth bad. Anyway, maybe I don't want to begin your mouth to be bad, but I'm not teach you for your mouth to be bad. You got to be very straight and do things. So I want to say thanks to all of our students. Nina Quinn, that's up, yeah, sister. And wherever you are, it's great joining us. Welcome to the program Face the Issues. On the program Face the Issues, we don't discuss personalities, no, but issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't anyway hesitate, but rather we tear you apart. And because we are humans, and because human decency calls for that, we'll tell you sorry because the tearing you apart will go with pain. But sometimes you're mistaking our sorry for regret. No, we don't regret our actions here. That's why we calculate before we do. We calculate everything we do. So we are not saying that we can err. Yeah, to err is human. But we don't just wantonly enter into it because we think there is sorry sitting down somewhere for us to say it and somebody will forgive us. No. We can't be deliberate in our actions and we call that mistake or error. So we check, we do everything we can, and we come there. And so we are certainly getting there. And Sadipu K. Vawa, he says, may Allah grant you through your journey. Amen. Is that what it is? Is that a response you gave to it? Yeah, then certainly that's why it is. All right, so let me say what's up to all of you. Welcome to Clarks. We are here to broaden each other's minds. And today, I had an opportunity again, a privilege, to listen to my friend and brother Julius J. And he was elaborating. You know, Julius is one guy, like I told you, the last time Julius and myself met, it was outside of this country. And all we discussed was about our country. Little did we know that the tax will have come by hand for us to be at this time and age to be pushing what matters most for our country. And when you are pushing such lines, you are the most hated person because the country is dominated with people whose minds are programmed into negativity. So to rewind that brain, you must know that that's serious something you are going against. So you will find negativity. It doesn't have to deter you. It doesn't have to make you scared. You will lose friends. And people will tell you, say, I'm no longer supporting you again. I'm no longer following you again. It doesn't matter. Jesus did not care about followership. When he entered Bethlehem, Jerusalem, and you saw the kind of triumphant entry he had, he said the moment Jesus got through preaching, the crowd reduced. If he among a crowd, he was going to say something that was going to make them the word of God. No. The moment he got through preaching, the crowd reduced. So we are not in the business of going to crowd politics. The politicians will do that one. We are not politicians. We are here to save our country. For too long, we've been like this. The journalism profession are always been hearing from these people and playing what they play, but the interpretation of their actions and the impact those actions are having on our society, never had we had it in our history. Journalists will just go and tell them, oh, the people accuse you, say you steal 18. What do you say? You say that, then they say accurate, balance, and clarity. So the journalists just go and play clip to clip. Oh, we went to John Brown today. John Brown is accused of stealing $1 million, what they call, but we went to John Brown. This was John Brown reaction proof. Then you leave it with the public. But you don't understand the kind of public that you are living away with is not the kind of public that had been the public to assess things for themselves. They have never cared about what John Brown have been doing. So the public accepted even wars from John Brown then because John Brown then able to convince them. John Brown then took them to war. Peter Paul then told them to go fight because John Brown then believed that they are the corn of the nation. They are the guys who can do X, Y, Z. So they led our people into actions because our people have this kind of followership mentality. Where when the leader says anything, that is what they follow. So we have come to say, look, we haven't had sincere leader. It's good to follow your leader, right? If the leader is sincere, then it's good to follow that leader. But we have never had the sincere leaders. But how would they have known that we have not had the sincere leaders over the period whom they have been following? It takes people like us to take up our time as journalists to say, no, these people are what people have been believing and following. They are not who they claim to be. They have been misleading our people. So what we have chosen to do, the legs of Julius, myself, KOK, Austin, and the rest of the other guys, is to say, look, that is what we'll now do in this country. We'll now try to mirror these people, critique them, put them in a microscope, and then bring them. You know, when you're having a microscope, you know the microscope, the biology people do. I'm not a fan of biology. I'm not a biology student. But during those days, you will have the microscope, and the microscope is meant, they will put your eyeball inside the machine. So when they put your eyeball inside the machine, you will see even your palm, wetting all inside your palm, wetting all, your palm that you've been looking at, say my palm clean. When they put your palm in the microscope, when you really look at it, you say, my palm really dirty. Then sometimes when they put even rat, they put rat down and they put it in the microscope. When the microscope zooms it, but I want to eat right again. That's it. So we are giving you a microscopic look of your leaders. That's why you see most of your leaders will not like us. Because what we are doing, we are not here to bring, anyway, Jesus Christ said the same thing. Jesus Christ said he didn't come to make peace. You know what he said? He said he didn't come to make peace because when he finished preaching, children will go against their parents parents will go against their children. There will be total division, because when I have understood the truth, that thing that always bound me and my man together, me and my pa together, but I went to church. I listened to the truth. I know that is what it is. Me and my man will not be friendly again, because I'll be telling my man the truth now. You think your man will be friendly with you again, though? So Jesus said, I didn't come here to come bring peace. Either for peace, better than I shouldn't preach what I'm preaching. Because when I'm finished preaching what I'm preaching, when y'all go back home, y'all will scatter. People will scatter. So you people and these people have formed marriage over the periods. You've always given your time and everything to them. Tell them, say, where my leader go, like the player will go. Anything my leader said, what you will say. But who is this leader that you've been trusting over the periods? So we have taken the narrative at a different level. And that's why during the course of the 2023 elections, I said my focus was merely on the opposition. Because for the government, you already know the government. You all know how the government operates. You already knew about CDC. So why would I be focusing on talking about CDC when it comes to election? No. It's about the opposition. How qualified is this opposition? Even 2029, when you come here again, we'll be telling you if it is CDC that you are looking up to, what is the competence level of CDC that they will be worth. That's where our focus will be. Our focus will be more on the CDC, because you already know the government. So in one way, a CDC by far better than the ruling establishment. That will be our focus. Because that is what people have failed over the periods to have told you. And this is why we are always being misled. That's why they don't like us. So, like I was saying, I was listening to my brother today, and he brought up certain scriptural reference. And that scriptural reference, I think it lays down everything Jeremiah Kuhn may have said. Though Jeremiah Kuhn was speaking somewhat out of ignorance. Sorry to say, Chief. But you didn't really know, because it's difficult for these people to clash in the traffic. Like I told you, they have these VIPs, they have the VIP securities assigned to them to guard them towards the traffic flow of VIPs. So they will never just clash easily. It's out of respect. It's out of the law. So they are not just common as you see. But the whole thing about it is that when Julius said, and there was a scripture, there was a reference he made, and it's tied into a scriptural something that has to do with come on, Pastor. We say CDC are caught. Yeah, that's true. Is that the society? You know the party that went in? Eh? God, stomach. Yeah, no problem. We are caught. We'll continue to be caught. The Ontario River. Yeah. That's why it is. So it is in Luke. It's in Luke. Let me come to Matthew. No, I don't want to come to Matthew. Let me come to Luke. Let me come to Luke. And Luke chapter 9, verse 46. Something like that. You know, Jesus discipled, and the same thing Jeremiah Kuhn started. Right? I just want later I want to rest. Then we'll go to our real issues for tonight. So Jesus discipled, and they were arguing among themselves, according to Luke chapter 9, verse 46. It says here, an argument started among the disciples as to which of them will be the greatest. They are already thinking about who the greatest. So Julius was even able to reference that today, and that is where I got a quote from and said, well, we are 100% right, Julius. And the question they were asking, fighting among themselves, who's the greatest? So what Jesus Christ did was, he listened to them carefully. And after he listened to them, and he knew exactly where they were going, because they were talking about leadership. Who will be the greatest? Who will be the person? Who will be this or this, that? Because all of them, they say, oh, we are equal. The recruiter, all the same way. We are all the same. That kind of confusion just ensued. So he now said, for you to be the greatest, these are things that you must do. And anybody who does it, forget it, you are the greatest. So what he did was, he knew their intentions. He knew their thoughts. So what he did was, he took a little child and brought a child and stood the child up beside him. Then verse 48 said, then he said to them, he said, whoever welcomes this little child in my name welcomes me. Right? And he went on to say that whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. So when you welcome the little child, you welcome me. And if you welcome me, meaning you welcome the one that sent me, right? Good. Brilliant. So in this context, there are people, and these officials don't know that, right? So now, let's say, for instance, these people, the ordinary people that Jeremiah Kuhn called common people, that they didn't want to send the president. So, if you try your best to understand these common people that you call common people, then you will now understand that they are the sender of the president that you are looking at, because they made him president. So that's why you are talking about the one who sent me. But most importantly, he said this to me. He said, for it is the one who is the least among you who is the greatest. That means the common person among you is the greatest. Currently, as we speak in the country, what does our constitution say about the power? Where is it inherited? Where is the inherent power of the people in the constitution? They say all power is inherent in the people. They didn't say in the leaders. They say in the people, right? They are the greatest. So how can you look at the greatest and say they are common because you ain't convoy you passing around? That's what Jesus Christ said. Not because of all you people who passing around here and there, what they call blah, blah, blah. No, you can serve people. You can serve people. You can come down, you serve, blah, blah, blah. Because for you to serve, that means you consider yourself the least. Why you think Jesus Christ used to be washing those people's feet? Because he wanted to be seen as the least. Because at the only greatness come up, you got to come down. You got to serve the common people. You got to serve the ordinary people. And you come down the least. The Bible has even said it over and over that you should humble yourself and he will lift you up. Because you humble yourself, you are already up. But the fact that you humble yourself, you are already up. So the greatest person in this country, as per this scripture, is George Manuel Weah. I challenge anybody. No man of God, I put it in the biblical era, no man of God has contributed to the welfare of citizenship with all the money they've been raising, even during the time COVID-19 time. Some of them, their churches, then they were even still raising money and collecting it from the members. They were not giving it back to members in the destitute parents, right? The kind of work that we are, I'm looking for somebody who came able to match what we has done for this country. I want for anybody. It's a challenge out there. I may not know because I'm just 44. I'm nowhere around. So I want to know who has really given back to the country, elevated the country's status, and so forth as compared to we are. We want to see that. Right? So that is why it is. And he is the greatest because he's the least. And where did he come from? He came from the least background. That's why God made him the greatest among all. He came from the least background, the least race. He became world best, European best. They said the least among you will be the greatest. And what did God do to George Weah? George Weah was the least. Among all the 4 brothers that left the country, some of them, they say they went to school, they know book here and there. Among all of them, George Weah was the least at the time. And George Weah left this country and God made him the greatest. You know why? Because God knows how to deal with. I don't want to preach to you against that. So cool. Your debate has ended biblically. That you are just filibustering all over the place, and God does not love that. Be serviceable and be humble. It's very important for you to know that, right? So let's leave that and come on to the next issue. We think for sure with God, all things are possible. And people will say, oh, it'll be all the time, blah, blah, blah. He just want to be praising. No, I'm not praising we are. The only thing you can tell me, let's agree that I'm even praising we are. The only thing you can tell me, everything you can be talking about, we are that one. Then you tell me, say, the other thing that I thought is a la. Then you say, okay, what is the counter to it? Who is the next person that you can point to? Because maybe that only we are, I'm biased. Maybe my love for we are is making me biased in my thought towards other people. Yeah, it could be. Because love can make people to be biased sometimes. So I think for sure. So that's why it is, So I think for sure with God, all things are possible. And I always say that. All right. So let us come on to this one. Today, when was it? Let me just say something in passing. I know many of you are concerned about what the Supreme Court is saying. So let me just say the one in passing before we go. Small, we are going. No, I'm not going here. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me get here. All right, so that is what you are seeing there. What are you seeing on the screen? Okay, so that is let me see here. Sorry about that. And let me see here. Let me see something quickly. Okay. So, and there is okay. So, there is a notice of assignment. There is a notice of assignment that was issued today by the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia in the Bit of Information in relation to the Bit of Information filed by Fonati Kofa's legal team on his behalf. So the councillors representing, and okay, so we have then here Councillor Atotitama Johnson. Yeah, Atotitama Johnson. We have for Winkins Wright, Jonathan T. Masakwe, and we have Kabina Jane and Elisha Fokeyon. They are for the informants, those are the lawyers. Then for the respondents who are Richie Kuhn and the rest of the other folks, the respondents, we have Councillors Abbott S. Sims and Vani G. Sherman. All right, so these are the councillors so far representing them. So what is said here today in this bill, in this notice of assignment, is said here, Henry and Honorable J. Fonati Kofa and members of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature, informants, Kofa and his team, and Representative Richie and Kuhn, purported Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature. The same caption, the same bit of information, so forth. So it says Republic of Liberia, Brigadier General Amos B. Kessley Dixon, Senior Marshal, Supreme Court of Liberia, or his deputy, Monrovia. So they are instructing them to hereby do what? Carry out this notice of assignment. They say you are hereby connected to notify the parties in the above entitled course of action or their legal representatives that the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia will hear. So they have put up an assignment to hear after the returns were filed on Monday. So they have now put on an assignment to hear the arguments. So normally in law, argument is left for the court. The court can determine whether they want to entertain arguments or not, because what you have filed there is sufficient enough, right? Yeah, it constitutes your appearance or your response to issues. So the court can entertain that, and the court is doing that. And for the sake of public interest, I think it's very important that certain concerns, people have to answer to what they wrote in their pleadings, and those exchanges will be done. And if the justices and have any issues, those questions will be raised, and that's the period it will be. So it is on the 25th of this month. So someone said it's on Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday. I think something like that. It's going to be on next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday. Next Tuesday. I'm seeing the 25th is supposed to be on Tuesday. Right? Yeah, March 2025 is going to be on Tuesday. 26th or 25th? 26th is going to be on Wednesday. Sorry, the 26th is going to be on Wednesday. So it's going to be on Wednesday, the 26th. So they are going to be there to answer some questions as to the responses given and the applications made before the court. So they are going to argue on that before the Honorable Supreme Court, the full bench. So they're going to be right there to answer some questions. Then from there now, the court will reserve ruling and then assign it on another day again and say they are ready to rule. They will call them again. So that will be the last appearance to be made to make a clear determination of what it is, right? So that is going to be done on or date to be announced. But this one we know about now is the argument. So the argument is going to be on next Wednesday. It's on the 26th. So it's going to be on the 26th, and they're going to argue that. So what happened? What people say, oh, Monday the Supreme Court rule. No, the Supreme Court. No, that was not it. The Supreme Court, I want to tell them and say, look, send back your stuff. And when you finish from there now, then we'll want your presence to come before us. Then you got to appear now in person to talk about it. Then after your argument, then the court can reserve ruling. Then the court will give you another day again and say, come back now for your ruling. Then you will come back again. That ruling now, all will be waiting for now. So the ruling date, we don't know it. We only knew about the filing of the returns of the parties that were dragged to court. Then the next thing we now know about is the argument that they are going to have in relation to their applications made to the court. Now, when that is ended, then another date will come out again. That is after they have assessed everything and they come out with their ruling. So that's another date. So we get, and maybe it could not go further. It wouldn't go into May, June, or something like that. No, I don't think so. So since Monday, was it Monday day? Yeah. Then we hear now. I was listening to some journalists, and for us journalists, that one thing we don't have to be afraid. Journalists are supposed to ask questions. That's all. So even if I went somewhere, you call your name some kind of way, it doesn't cost me anything to ask you questions. Say, how do you spell your name? That will work. Because we want to be adequate, we want to be accurate about what we are doing. Because it's possible you say Johnson, you're under Johnson, you may spell it a different way. So I don't know. So the idea is, I can even ask you, say, can you please spell me Johnson? I just want to be accurate. I just want to confirm what I know is why you are calling. So it's very important. So journalists, when you kind of thing come up and you are confused, don't assume like you know. You can call friends, you get your courtroom reporters. They are there. They've been following these things. Get to them, call them. So the way they code did it 1 year now, what it means. Or I hear everybody talking about Monday they call, come reading. Is it true that Monday they come out? Just call. Look, I was in the law school when I was still used to be calling Peter Toby from the because you are a judicial reporter. Toby maybe one is there, but I'm still in the law school. There were some things that I did not know about. Though I was in law school. But I used to call our judicial correspondent to ask him some questions before going on the TBS in the morning. So that way you saw everything I was saying that I was well informed because I consulted the right sources, talked to them, hearing from them, and we get lawyers who are friends as well. We reach out to them. So chief, the way they want happening now, what it means. So the little idea then when we bring it down, yeah, it makes you to be somebody who's speaking with an authority. That means you know what you are saying. And that's how it is. That's how you saw people like Kabina Janet and start saying, oh, maybe you got to go to the law school. I got to the law school one time and he was just called there Justice Felix is their banks. He one time was discussing me in class. So you see, these are some of the things. As journalists, don't assume that you know it all. Ask questions. It matter. So because some journalists were saying, oh, the Supreme Court decided to postpone the ruling or this, that. No, they didn't postpone it. There's nothing the Supreme Court has changed. The Supreme Court, what they wanted, they got it on that day. And that was it for that day. The next thing they are calling for again is argument on what they wanted that day. After that argument now, then the Supreme Court will set a date. If they set a date, it is announced. And on that day, it is changed. Then you can now say, oh, they changed the date for the ruling, this, that. But, like the way they do the notice of assignment now. If they come out and say, no, they will not be able to do it again, then you can now say they postpone it. You can say, because there's an assignment now that will know there's supposed to be an argument. That argument is not ruling. So you understand that as well, right? So journalists, we just got to know these things so that we are well informed and we are telling our students or maybe our listeners the right thing. So I think with God and all things, and we think for sure with God, all things are possible. So I just thought to share that one and let's go. Then the next thing we will talk about here has to do with a drug discovery in Liberia today from Lofa County, Foya, in Joseph Boaga Bagia. You know, I spent a bit of time in Foya during the election period. And the night of the elections, Foya was really a highly contested area. So all Joseph Boakai and Francis Yumali then used to do was to carry the cab motor, because those were landlocked borders, right? Landlocked borders. You can just walk from here, Medina, you just cross, Menikama, you just cross there and then just go into Sierra Leone, you come back. That's just land. I used to, there's a checkpoint there, and then you are checkpoint. So then you just walk. In fact, you just go and cross. That's why it is. So it's not land. So it was easy. People to just be commuting across each other. That's why it is. Then you will see the Guinea border on the other side. Right, just not land. So what they used to do during election is they will carry the cab motor, put Sierra Leoneans inside, bring them That was why it is. In fact, the Chief Momo Sarr Taylor, the late Chief Momo Sarr Taylor, he used to live in Sierra Leone and come in a day to Foya to his family. Then he will go back in Sierra Leone. He has a family there too, so he could come like that. That was how it is. So they used to go for those guys and bring them. In fact, when we used to be crossing, most of the guys at those checkpoints and things, they used to be something like Kamanjoy. You could hear the kind of language and things. They say Bwaka that will pape, just like that. They know Bwaka well, and Bwaka is a Sierra Leonean. Yeah. So they know him well. So they used to depend on our group. There were times that Bwaka even left during the 2021 year when we were going through that senatorial by-election that brought Joseph Pato Jara. Bwaka came across and went to Sierra Leone to go talk to the elders, to talk to their children to cross over and come vote for Browning. I don't know, Galapa Kotima. Yeah, that Kotima were contesting at that time. He went there to talk to the elders. I did report that when I was in Lofa County, when I was in Foya. I did report that Bwaka came, he went to Foya to go talk to the elders there. He went across to go talk to the elders there. And so these people, the drug issue in this country, it is Sierra Leoneans who are really involved into taking in drugs. That area is hardly infested with drugs. In fact, their own government there launched a serious war on the drug issues down there in Sierra Leone. So I knew exactly. Now, there is a discovery of huge consignment. Then there is a first for us to see a big bundle, huge consignment of what? Drug. Look at the quantity of drug we're talking about here. These are the people that Bwaka then used to be using. So they were using these people to bring in drugs in this country. Look at this huge quantity of drugs here. This drug. If somebody now brave enough, look at this thing, and just a little dust of it, amen, just to your fingertip, it can make you to go crazy. Look at the quantity. If they were not brave enough to have contacts with the highest up, I say higher up, so I say the highest up. Why is it in Foya? You care to ask yourself that question? Why in Foya? Because that's the place, for instance, humanity then got to pay back to those people. Those people pay people where they truck these people, they pay their own money, those drug traffickers. That's why they were always involved with our election from that side. Because they wanted our payback. And Bwaka assured them. When you saw them sending, they said they send security people in Lofa County for them to do training there. Bwaka had a point who was sponsoring them. That he's seeing drug dealers. They didn't want to bring in the guns and giving it to people there. Most of the guns that came in this country came through Lofa County. They did not report that on Freedom FM during the course of the election. You think why they were coming? They were the drug dealers who were giving them these shop bug guns and telling them for them to operate. The other guy was killed in Lofa County. We saw gun, right? Well, guys who were giving them aid. That is drug dealers. They were forcing everything for Joseph Boakai to get in power so that they will be able to get back what it is. The first vehicle inspection that took place on Joseph Boakai. There were trucks that were always coming from the border coming. And some of these agents, when they grab the guys and they want to inspect those trucks, they say those trucks are merely for Joseph Boakai. Nobody should touch it. They say it is for the president. That the president truck, nobody should touch it. So the guys were just coming with those trucks. You will see those trucks come. And then we got a vehicle inspection now. The vehicle inspection ongoing. But they will not touch the identical trucks. That thing I reported again. I said there are trucks coming from Sierra Leone coming that are untouchable because they said a VIP truck. So they are coming to the country. These are the things then that they've been bringing in this country. You see what been happening to our country? You see here? These are the people that were bringing the drugs and putting it. That's why you heard Joseph Boakai talking about, oh, cool, they're bringing in drugs because he knows that they were bringing the drugs. And you heard Jeremiah Kun also talking about pickups. Load of drugs were coming through the border and coming in. Jeremiah Kun knew that they were putting those drugs in the pickups and bringing it in this country and sharing it all around. That's what they were on. Look at the huge consignment. Who can be really brave to bring the kind of huge consignment of drugs, especially in this time and age, where you know a government has come to power and they have decided to launch a huge war on drugs? How can that person be brave and bring the drugs in this country? That's just God. You see how God exposing everything? That Joseph Boakai then brought this drug in this country. As a payback for those people in trucking and crossing the borders to come and vote for Joseph Boakai in Lofa County. That's all. You see where our country is? This huge quantity of drug you see here. So look here. Everything here, all here. Why you think? Why if the guy is not brave enough? Look at the kind of thing. Who will be brave to just bring the huge parcels in this country? And why they call it? They say infoya. They don't say they catch it on the border. It was already infoya. That somebody backfired because somebody was not satisfied. They were tricking somebody out. Their friend exposed them, and people knew about it, and they were forced to leak it out. You didn't say we called it to the border. No, they said infoya. This is it. You see why the drugs in the streets? That the thing they say they were coming to clear. Yeah, pick up loads of drugs. How you think the thing came in the country? That one parcel that had they brought it? They got a thing, I think that you will look at and say, oh, they put had it under the container or they put it in the truck and what they call it. No, these things are truckloads of drugs. If you don't have higher ups in the country who are backing these people, how will these kind of drugs not come in? You see what happening now? It has backfired. Take a load of drug in the day. Who will be brave enough? The last time they discovered drug at the airport, what the United Party people say? They said it was Finabono that brought drugs in this country, and they decided to look at that parcel. They said the parcel belonged to Finabono, but look at the box. It was just small box that we're talking about here. And they said, oh, that Finabono brought a drug in the country. That United Party people. Look at the huge consignment of drug now. Where all full of drugs in Foya? Nowhere but Joseph Boakai bag here. In Joseph Boakai bag here. That the place, warehouse full of drugs. That the place we found here. That here so what do y'all get? What do y'all get to tell us again? You see how God can do things? What are Oma who are insulting me say, whatever it is? One Oma man, she was swearing me. Now she said Joseph Boakai was coming to tell her son from in the street. I'm really looking for her, not to do any bad thing to her, but I feel sorry for her. And not that she really hated me, no, but she felt the pain of her child being out there in the street. And she believed in Joseph Boakai then. It is people like us who supporting George Weah and George Weah bringing those drugs for which her child is not home. So I could understand her frustration that she was venting at me because I was supporting a government which Joseph Boakai made them to believe were responsible for her child being in the street. So I never had issue. Even up to this date, I still don't have issue. If I were to see her, I would just tell her, say, man, I can't blame you for whatever you were saying. Because that's what it made you to believe. Not knowing they're the one who were keeping your children in the streets. They were drugging your children. How will George Weah come to this country and take children from the streets, take gun from them? The gun that used to make them brave to be taking in drug. George Weah came, took them. Took gun from them and tell them, say, you go back to school. How can I see George Weah? They see George Weah came, he launched a policy to say most of the children they are in the streets because maybe after high school, they don't get no money to go to school. So as a result, the adult man's heart is the devil's workshop. So they will be mingling with their friends in communities and teen and they will be drug users. So as a result, that open free tuition at the University of Liberia. They see George Weah thought about it again and said, look, these children, some of them, they don't even complete high school because they don't have wax fees to pay for them to go city. So as a result, they drop out. So the high school dropout rate may be very high. Let us pay the wax fee so that they can just go there free and just sit it. And that's what it is. Seeing George Weah, how will he bring in drugs for these people? How, Oma? How you think that George Weah will bring drugs and say, can't spoil the very children bring that are during the war, I fought hard to take gun from them and tell them, say, no, you can't be having a gun and be drinking, and you be smoking all over in the street. How can I do that? The only person who's a candidate and who's competent enough to do that is Joseph Boakai because he doesn't care about your country.
He's not a Liberian. How much has Joseph Boga impacted your society? How many children Joseph Boga has lifted? Up to this day, we are still looking for them. None of them can come up. Except his bunch of evil people. You see the quantity of drugs we're talking about. I say warehouse full of drugs. Now, yeah, they don't discover anywhere else. Warehouse full of drugs in Liberia. Honor Joseph Boakai. Over 1 year of Joseph Boakai government. Warehouse full of drugs in Liberia. I didn't know where they were scared. They were hiding it. They said they want to buy. They made catch. Oh, be bad. Warehouse full of drugs. That's what we're finding now. You don't have small thing that you can see in your community where the warehouses are there. That's just one of the warehouses they call the. That's what we have now in Liberia. Just be careful with your children now. Yeah. Because I was in Foya. I know how Joseph Boga then strong in that area. When it comes to voting business. You know, this is very terrible. When we're saying these things, maybe you thought we had hatred for Boga. No, I had no one, because I have learned my lessons that anytime you hate people and wish evil for them, God doesn't like that. Even you can be the most terrible person, because God has said that vengeance is his. So don't put yourself in God's dealing with people. Leave it with God. God will deal with them. Don't put yourself inside. Don't be emotionally attached to it. No, don't do that. The person may even be as wicked as they are. Leave them with God. But we are talking about saving this country. When you hear Joseph Boga police talking the way he's talking there and doing everything because that the things are going on now. Great operating. That's so mafia region thing on here, so nothing sound you will see in this country. A huge quantity of drugs. That's what's happening now. And if you see these kind of things, what it tells you, when you see it, a photo in whole room. Can you imagine something like that photo in whole room? And you seen it? Well passed out. And some of these officers who jump behind the thing and the way they're doing it, they acting that they don't do good well, they will fire them. I really believe one of my students who just said that. They will fire them. Because you know that people not satisfied. You know why it could be that way? Because Joseph Boakai just dismissed Steve Zago. Now, Steve Zago had a man there at the border points. And Joseph Boakai took Steve Zago from down there. And Steve Zago, as immigration boss, you know, Steve Zago too have interest in Lufa County. He still won't be senator some kind of way in the field. So he planted most of the beginning to the border points and thing there. So who knows? Steve Zago, you see, then what can happen? Steve Zago, who not picking there that he must have planted there, they must have given tape up and say, the men mean passing here. What they call it is, that is how you see God. You know, God will put confusion in their camp. They say, my boss man Kabina Jana in one time told me, he said, Abi, you know when corruption can come up, he said, when one party not satisfied at the time, you can hear about corruption. He said, all in the room here, we can say that, you know, you were teaching. And he was teaching on one of those occasions at the law school. And he said, you know, all of us in this class, we may choose to say, look, we will do this to the teacher, or this, that, we'll get the money. But the moment one person not satisfied, then corruption can be exposed. That one person that not satisfied can show all of your osa. He can put the whole secret osa. He said that dissatisfaction can make a corruption to be exposed. But if people concite and decided to get together, say we'll do it here, nobody will put each other osa. Forget it. You will never know that corruption ever took place. So they kind of dissatisfaction now because Steve Zago was just dismissed. So somebody from Steve Zago came, who's an immigration man and knew about these dealings, the drug then come in the country. The person who decided to expose it and said, yeah, you can't be treating people like this. And you sitting down there damaging the country. Then you get ready to say, why Steve Zago now put handcuff on Samuel to a hand? That why you doing this? We'll do this. So Steve Zago already has his own people planted that he left there. So as a result, who knows? I'm just looking at the possibilities of some of these things. Just say, look, you can't treat me like this and go clean, Joseph Boakai. You can't. You old man like that, you looking like that. You are very into dirty games all over the place. Then you come in here to come and be telling us all those things. No, it can't work. So we'll expose it and let's see what happens. So the way it was exposed now, so definitely you can see clearly that there is some level of friction, and how the country is now benefiting from that friction. Every confusion in Joseph Boaga camp will benefit this country because we'll get to know who really they are. So maybe that Steve Zago group exposed it because it passed through the border to come. And Steve Zago get most of the beginning strategically planted there for the sake of the very unity party. So they strategically place their people in place. Now you are firing that man and you're taking him from a job. Then you think people will be satisfied? They will expose you. So those are some of the things that you have to look at. And I think with God, and we think Boaga needs to be very careful. And I think Steve Zago meant well, but I don't know why he decided to dismiss the man in the form and faction he did. And we are not happy at their confusion, but if the confusion will benefit the country, why we can be happy about it? The only thing that I would not support is for anybody to daydream in their desperation for power to think that God could take away our president's life because they want to come to power. That one will not work. Because people like us will get good relationship with God. When it comes to that one, then there God knows what to do, and God can listen to people like us. So as a result, we are praying that our president will take us to 2029. But all the confusion that they want are coming here and there. No, that one is left with God. God can want to deal with that one there, not that one there. So you see, these are some of the things that we talk about all of the time. These frictions will lead to a lot of problems. When people are not satisfied, they can expose each other. And I want to it's very much good that we are knowing these things. Look at the quantity of drugs that we're talking about here. You see the quantity of drugs, yeah. And we think for sure with God, all things are possible, and God will guide us all, through His means of operations. So now wait. Okay, so let's end up with the police. Aji. First of all, I want to hear from Trokon Justino Gray. They did come out with a release, and people are saying that Gregory Coleman made a statement, a threatening statement, which is confirmed, and I will tell you where it is confirmed from. And I think it's very, very important. And wow, and hats up to my son Vincent Dazi. He said his wife gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. Hats up, Chief. How's everything? Congratulations, son. And let me say hats up to your darling wife for everything. And I will appreciate that. Last time you celebrated something recently, you're celebrating a child coming to the world. Wow, that's great. Thank you. Congratulations, my son. We appreciate everything you do for our country, highlighting those things. And we think for sure is very important. So let me hear from Trokon where they said Gregory Coleman made denigrating statement. Let me hear it first, then I will tell you how confirmed it is. So that you can know that they came out with a release. Anything on Facebook or so forth. I let check beyond before I can get up. So let me hear from Trokon Gray. What did Gregory Coleman tell them? They said Gregory said something. I don't know what it is. I'm hearing it all over, but I don't know what really it is. God will always be with us. So me, I not let trouble. I not let trouble is no. And all of y'all know in the country, I not let trouble. Because the idea is when you go in trouble way, you will just become the least belay. And so I don't want to be somebody who will be in trouble all over the place. And so forth. So I'm always very careful as to how I go about my life. So let me get to Trokon. I heard about this and I want to know from him what happened with the Gregory statement of following his return. Hands up to you or Trokon.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello, Trokon? Sorry, let me get you on louder. Yeah. And Trokon, how you doing? Hello? Trokon? Trokon Gray. Hello? Moment we are getting you. Hello? Wow. So let me try to get him back. Sorry. And I hope he's not having some challenge with his phone. I want to hear it. Then I will tell you how true it is. And I challenge anybody in the police force to say what I'm saying is not true. So I know exactly. And the moment I say what I'm coming to say, they will know straight. The policeman will say, "Yeah, I'm true. I've been talking." Because you know where we can get the intelligence from. You don't even know. Hello, how you doing?
Good evening, Chief.
Okay, Trokon. At least I can get you now. How's everything with you, my boss?
God money me, Chief.
And God has to, and God will always do, my brother. So, I heard I saw a release up on Facebook. Did the Supreme Motorcyclists and put up any release lately today?
Certainly, we did it. We did.
And what was the release about? Sorry.
Yeah, certainly remarks coming from the authority of the Liberia National Police, and precisely Gregory Kumar and his deputy for Operation Councilor Nelson Freeman.
Okay, what did that remark say?
So on yesterday, as you may be aware, we had our case at the Supreme Court, and after the conference with Associate Justice Clinton Johnson, we ride down the steps at the Supreme Court. We and Gregory, the government lawyers and things. So while making our way to go and get in our car to leave the grounds of the Capitol building, because our cyclists gather in their number to take ownership of the case, because I mean, it has to do with them. It is about livelihood. So most of them park and they start to assemble at the Capitol at the grounds of the Temple of Justice.
Mm-hmm.
And so after the case, while making our way to the car, when we came back, we just saw police officers chasing our people, And then I got down from the car and I started to inquire, what's happening? Why I see police, driving you guys? That's why I was then informed by the motorcyclists that Gregory Kumar and the entire team came here, They started fine, by saying the restrictor is of our own good. So our guys, they went me by you ban our people, you banning our movement, you take our money, then you say for our own good. So he got irritated from that statement, and Gregory Kumar, the baby, that's why Makori told me that you're wasting your time. And you're brave enough to come into the Supreme Court thinking that Sony will come out of that case. But you want to show between you and myself. You will know you and myself who is in charge of this identical state. Because you're allowing politicians to use your and trust me, you guys will feed it. And we hear your watcher. Maybe you guys are not seeing some of your friends that live in the street with masks. So it was so terrible. So I said, you mean Gregory Kumar made it? Reminds me, I'm telling you. They even went further by saying even Nelson Freeman, because they raised the issue about police wearing masks. And nowadays the police, they got masks on their faces, arresting our people back. And when these guys are arrested, they don't find them. When they go to all the police, they can't find their bags. So they raised the issue with Nelson Freeman. They say you're wasting your time. Tell your fee, you get evil plan for the police. That's how we ourselves are prepared for you. That's why we get our men mad, because there are a lot of things that he said. Some of the things is in the release. It is terrible. So it is our understanding that is a collective decision of the government. So no matter where Nelson Freeman referenced Dara Dillon, that he said, did you listen to Senator Dillon's statement when he appeared at the ERBC? Okay, so Dillon and the rest of the legislators are in support of our action. So you guys are, you're only want your parents to lose. For me, I don't give a hint. I already get good news. So I'm not even wasting my time to say I can't even convince anybody about good news. Started giving a history about you being rebel, so you're not scared. Whosoever that challenges the authority, they will deal with them. These are statements coming from them. So what I did, I spoke to the guys and told them to leave the scene, because in our mind, they got irritated, and that we took the referral procedure by taking them to court. All of our different protests are ended peaceful. They were hoping that it was going to end up very chaotic, that they could use as an excuse to say, and we told you that these guys are lawless. So I think that's where the frustration comes. So I asked them to leave the premises of that entire place, and that's how they left. And it is sad in TAB to just see the entire police force so angry when motorcyclists are able to have done something wrong. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where the anger is coming from. I really don't understand. And that's why we ask our people to avoid the street, because for statement for Nelson Fremont and his boss to make that statement in public, you think about what they are saying in private. You think about it. See the number of motorcyclists who have been brutalized. The police are in the street. The guys are holding sticks in their hand if they are hunting for criminals. It is sad in TAB. And that's why we are asking our people to avoid the street. This is terrible. Terrible. We are asking our people to avoid the street. Because for Nelson Fremont to start referencing Dara DeLong and trying to say that the entire legislature is in support of their illegal ban on our people after collecting millions of dollars from them in the name of tax, and to come up with such a statement in public, see everything about what they are saying in private. You think about it. It is sad in TAB. I don't know what our police will attend to, but it is so sad. It is very, very sad.
All right. So, with that being said, and that's a threat against you people, and I think you guys are opting with all of your protests you've been staging. With this statement being made, you think you people will any success in the wake of all your planning? Because the guys have saying that and they are resolved. And they said that the legs of Senator Dillon and so forth, they are in support of them. So where do you look? Where do you turn? The court is where you are going. We don't know what may come from the court, but with this going on, what's the hope you guys have?
TAB, even though Nelson Fremont and his boss said nothing is going to come out of that case, on ground that the associate justice, the current associate justice that is handling the case was appointed by the president, and this restriction is heavily supported by the executive, so nothing is going to come out of that case. But we are not going to mind, this statement coming from Nelson and his boss. I think it is intended to instill more fear and intimidate our people. Okay? We are 100% convinced that lawyer representing our interest is professional and well prepared enough, because trust me, there is no legal ground for you to ban another citizen who is a taxpayer. There is no way government can win this case. We are hoping that that this case we are going to win it. Our fear is the government being on record by not respecting the rule of law. And so there are other options that we are considering. We are only hoping that the government listens. TAB, there are a lot of conversations that we're having, but not limited to connecting the 15 counties where we have our membership. And this time around, we are not going to have any, maybe we put 10,000 men outside, it gets fit on Broad Street. We are considering the 15 counties where we are going to be talking about the auto-pop protest in the 15 counties. We think it is not good for our country, and we are only hoping that the right thing be done in the confines of law, because we are even asking our international friends here. They too, they are contributing to the peace and stability of this country, to see our government proceeding in this form and manner, most especially with this kind of sector that you have people from diverse backgrounds. To see them running to this sector, even though governments want to provide the opportunity for all TAB, but they are not doing it. TAB has said this, look, some of us are riding motorbike 8 years. Who go to school, acquire quality education, acquire trade, careers, and will see themselves riding back. And you think, for heaven's sake, that we are happy riding back? Look, when opportunities are provided, when job opportunities are here, when our friend have other options, Greg Cuomo and his lab will never tell us to leave the motorcycle fee. The motorcycle fee will be empty at TAB. Some of us on their feet will real drive fields because we have no other option to feed ourselves. We are using this as another medium to put food on our table. Why can't people understand? We don't want to ride back. So, Greg should not be getting angry. Mr. Cuomo, a job was available. When you're not see your riding back, just today, some of our friends who believe to be supporters of the Unity Party, they went at the Bureau of Concession, take a project in demand or job. If people who support the government can get job, what more about the thousand, the over 200,000 young people who survive on motorcycle for the livelihood? And you think that we are just less busy and want to rob back, and somebody want to use our status to infringe on the rights of thousands of people? TAB, there's a complete abuse of power. And that's why we are asking the international community to get involved. TAB, we don't want problems. Our friends are getting angry. And they should be happy that they have people that are around who the scientists can listen to. TAB. If it's not because of the kind of peaceful nature that some of us that continue to talk with our friends. TAB, Labua, we are worried about our country, the way our young people are feeling. Take your camera in the field, take your camera to the different parking lot. Our friends are not happy. These are really tough, TAB.
Okay. So, Trokon, thank you. And I can ably confirm, just keep listening, what you have said. Whatever Gregory then carried out there, it was discussed in meeting. And we got that intelligence even before you could come up with your press statement. And if for any reason, we have talked about it. So I'm just about to share that information with the public to confirm what your guys told you. That was discussed in their senior management meeting. And that statement was made by Gregory. And I know his deputy for administration did frown and said, I know it was not a good idea. And we do kind of statements being made, but we didn't know that it went outside. And that's what I just wanted to get from you. So thank you so much. And you can stay exercise maximum patience because the peace and stability of our country. From what you are saying, it appears that you people are looking at the next line of options, and which could be the Autopus one protest you're talking about. Is that what you guys intended to do?
Oh yeah, TAB. But come on, TAB. Where we supposed to get relief, which is the court. And if the issue continue to drag, because we are talking about livelihood here now, TAB.
So you are only waiting for the court now. After the court, if it doesn't please you, then you have your plan B.
No, there are two options. There are two things we are considering.
Okay.
If the issue drags, we are not going to wait for the court. We are definite about it. If it drags, because we honor, remember, justice delay is justice denial.
Okay.
To rule on the prohibition or whatever legal non-litigation they call it to stop the police from restricting our movement. We're not going to wait forever. We are talking about our livelihood here. Our children are not in school. Our rent are finishing. People are putting our things outside. People who take loans for all the time are arresting our people. TAB saying the issue are free money, 20 motorcyclists. Who bosses took them to police station and jail them on ground that they are not getting a report money. How many politicians am I going to be visiting? How many court am I going to be? Are the leadership going to be releasing people on grounds of report money and the rest of them? So if that issue drag, we are not going to wait for it. We are definite. We are not going to be waiting. We are not going to wait forever.
Okay.
And that's why we are already started having consultation with the 15th county, and we are reaching that point shortly.
Okay. Thank you, Trokon. We just wanted to ask you that question, and so that we understand. All right. Thank you so much, my brother, for everything you are doing, and we appreciate everything that you are doing on these issues, and we'll certainly get it. But let me just try to give you some intelligence, and that we gathered prior to their statement. Little did I know that the guys who have carried out there, and my friend from AME Zion, Daniel Sano, did say that the police is the best. And I like what he said. He says the best, right? Yeah, I'm not going to reference that. I'm going to leave it. And pass by. It's left with the public to be the judge. And I think Sam Andrew and the rest of the other guys, they gave it the right treat. And to know whether the police is the best. And we are seeing the police are declining on a daily basis. And people within the police force, they themselves, they are aware that the police is declining on a daily basis. So I don't intend to go into that argument and as we speak. So here we are. It is understood. First of all, there was some 6 million that Gregory took from EcoBank for police. It credited. They took it as loan. And I think there is a confusion within the bidding, and there are others who are sharing said information and said that Gregory took that money and he and his officer, his senior ranking officer, or the 4 deputies or whoever, they were able to share that money. Those are things that were being discussed. So I think there's an investigation even going on internally as to how did that information get out related to the top ranking members sharing that money. I think somebody said that. But key amounts in reference in relation and to that, yesterday, before leaving for the police academy, Greg went at the police academy, and Gregory said something like this in secret. So he said that in a meeting, he said, in their conference room that they had a meeting, Gregory made these statements. And he said that any attempt, because that was one, when Gregory having his meeting in his conference room, that's where he made a statement, that any attempt for those guys to enter the no-go zone, his exact words, to enter the no-go zone, they will forever remember what will happen to them. That was Greg's exact statement from that meeting in their conference room. Greg said that. And some of his deputies, I don't know, they were not satisfied with the statement made, especially the deputy RG, I think apparently, and for higher administration or so forth, but they were not satisfied. One of them was not satisfied with it and confirmed and said, no, you couldn't have made such a thing because, the way you are saying it, it will lead to problem. We can't be like this. And you know why I would believe Gregory? I've already made that statement. What did Gregory say on Timber Show? I'm talking about today. The last time I played or click here, he said, "Go on those days where people are you to get ready. What they call anybody coming in the street will waste you." Those were the words that Gregory used. So if somebody is telling me it's on video, Gregory made that statement on Timber Show. He made it. He said, "Anybody try will waste you. Anybody come in the street." Where is the Sunday man? Let me pull it up quickly and let me see what I can get here and pull it out. He made that statement on Timber Show. Gregory said it. Anybody come out, whatever it is you want to do, what they call, will waste you. If Gregory made that statement, I didn't want you to make. So you can now see circumstantially, and you can now link him to these statements that he made him. Gregory is up for the kill. Gregory is up for the kill, and he will do anything, absolutely anything. And it's very important that we get these points, which are very much important. The country is for all of us. When we be saying these things, you will get ready because you think that your government, under the CDC government, there were things that you Unity Party people did, nobody could beat on you. It is not that the security forces at the time were weak. No. They tried to avoid anarchy and chaos. Because when the state security, look at some of the conditions, right? Look at some of the conditions. When the state security cannot in any way, when the state security cannot in any way, as part of security responsibility, it's about giving assessment, like the police. What they will now do, like the police, they will go hear about some of those cases that are carried to them to the police depot, and they come up with their own report. They inform the national security about it. So the national security, joint security can inform the president that we are at serious security risks because of unemployment. There are a lot of issues unfolding. In fact, a sound joint security system will come up to inform the president that this policy that we are instituting, it will lead to serious insecurity. And when it leads to that, it will lead to problem. That is the role of the joint security. Even the National Security Agency, the NSA, they can look at economic security, what are the economy, what is it doing. The NSA is not just an ordinary bunch of area that you just see people say that whatever. They know all these things that will affect the security of the state. Economically, when things are not okay, socially, in what way is it undermining the security of the state? So they are the National Security Agency responsible to look at threats. What will pose threat to the security of the country? So Greg does not understand that. So you have a joint security that should be able to have these meetings. They bring them together. These policies and in what way is it helping for security people? Okay, we got to find jobs. We can advise the government. You need to empower these people. What are next option you could take? Those were some of the things that they could carry to WIA, and WIA would look at it. They will go for briefing. So you think Padre Sudu, they didn't carry the kind of thing to WIA, they carry it for briefing. WIA said, but if we take the people off the streets, what becomes of it? What will be the repercussions? Do we have anywhere to cushion them and maybe pacify them because we are taking something from their mouth? How can we, so that it doesn't come back on us? So we are more concerned because you don't want to be distracted. If the insecurities are looming all over the place, you're not getting investors coming. People will be scared. So as a result, how do you boost investors' confidence to say you are in charge of the state? That even in the wake of all of these things, you can still provide a protection for your investors and so forth. Those are things that you do. So Greg did make that statement. Now, the next thing Greg is even doing, the 6 million thing is a serious challenge. The president himself is not even happy with Greg over the 6 million, how you spend it or so forth. So there are challenges surrounding that from EcoBank. Now, the issue there is, they said the Chinese people, I think they brought some cars, 6 guys or something like that. Greg wants to make it to look like it is part of that money that was used to buy those cars, but it's a donor car. From what I'm understanding, you want to substitute it for it so that you can account for the 6 million that was used allegedly. So we are sensing these things that are happening, but most interestingly, for Greg to make the kind of statement that he made, that they will regret the moment. And I'm hearing that my brother and Nelson Freeman is there. No, from the intelligence I gather, I didn't hear but Nelson there, but I'm saying that Greg is in line with everything he's doing. He's intentional, he's deliberate about it. And you could see that Greg has no issues. The very officers, they said yesterday, one of the deputy ministers from the Ministry of Information went to Greg's office and got 2,000. They gave him 2,000. And he must come out to praise Greg because the president is not happy with Greg. And I'm hearing that my friend and brother, Daniel Sando, they make a statement heralding Greg as one who is controlling the best ever police force in the history of this country. But they said Sando was seen around Greg's office yesterday. And he's a seen one coming to make a statement praising Greg today. So the guys, who told you the guys in the police force who are professionals, they are not worried about the status of the security force for which they were trained and for which they were valued and respected for, internationally and locally. They are concerned. You know that this regime is able to ruin everything. You think our police officers, the professional ones, are happy out there? They are not happy. They are not happy how people describing them. So for Daniel to have made that statement, and then with the intelligence I gather, then I want to believe that if Daniel made a statement, and somebody just told me before Daniel could even make the statement, they said Daniel then went around there, they said the deputy minister was there. I don't know, they knew him as Daniel or whatever, but they say, deputy minister was there, and then Greg went and shared with him 2,000, and then that 2,000, they go, because I gotta tell her, how can the police business just come out like that for say the best? How did that even enter the Ministry of Information to say the police is the best? Did anybody raise question about that to say, how do you describe the police for, or were there any planted person to ask that question? Because you're not just jump from the blue sky and say that is the best police force ever, especially when the issue of the police is not what we are discussing now at the press conference. But anyway, that is life for us, and that is Joseph Yumavuakai. I think you follow the topics and those things we have discussed over the period. So we are very grateful to the Almighty God that we are getting there, and with God, all things are possible. Now the course, times are yours, and we can certainly get there. We did talk about a couple of things, but key amongst them had to do with the drug issue in this country, the huge consignment that speaks to how Joseph Boakai is destroying our country now. He doesn't care about what happens to our country. We talk about the Greg issue, and I think those were two key issues so far specifically that you can speak to. So let's get to the lines into our colors with 36 minutes gone into our program already, and we are certainly getting there. And no, not 36 minutes, sorry. Wow, 36 minutes. Right? Yeah, going to our program already, so we can certainly get it. So today I start with the ladies before gentlemen pattern of our society. This is it. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, we have a show.
I mean, I said lady before gentlemen. I know the kind of funny thing when I be telling you something. Ain't you some of the problem you can get in the country? What kind of hair you get in the country here? They say that lion, a female, and you can put your set there, you can say, how you doing, sir, or your man voice. Don't be doing that kind of thing. Oh, some women can sound a man voice. No, but Allah. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Don't come around the line again, begging you, man. What kind of behavior in you? So, hello, how you doing? Let's get to this line. Hello? Yeah, how you doing, yeah?
Thank you for having me on the platform. TRC, man, I am Super Chin of the Intelligent Cloud this cinema.
Yeah, email, go on, man. Let's listen to you, please.
Yeah, first I have to appreciate you for standing for as a voice for the voiceless.
Mm.
You know, the issue of the drugs business is very serious. And then we highlight the Sierra Leoneans. So this day I see a whole lot of Sierra Leoneans are getting into the country and for the sole purpose of doing drugs business. But then this government came to power making drugs one of the serious political discussions in this country. And I wonder what Mr. Burger is actually doing to curtail the situation of the drugs. Because as it stands, the drug situation is still on the rampant. Just imagine what has just happened in the country. I believe these men may have been some of those guys who may have leaked the secret pertaining to that drugs that have been confiscated. It's because for someone to just leave that country and enter another person's country, a whole quantity of drugs like that, it was serious investigation. Mr. Burger needs to stand down and see how he can investigate the entire thing because he's not the president he should be. He said, man, the people gave George Weah a man's job and George Weah was a boy. Now I think he's a man and they have given him a job. This is the time that he do the man's job. But then to just sit there and allow the country to go by itself, it's funny as I leave the line with the motorcyclist, I listen to, I don't know what is the chairperson crying, whether they have taken this government, the police to court. I want to tell you, if he's listening, there's no law in this country. One of Mr. Boyka, the rule of law has been broken, and you can't count on the Supreme Court. Seeing that the Chief Justice was over in June, I can see a whole lot of things happening in the country. Librarian will have to stand
we can still
together
trust the system, email.
Anyway, thank you for the 1 minute
thank
time.
you so much. We can still trust the system. Yeah, you can rule out the court. And in a lawless society, then we are headed for something else. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. So let me get on to this one right here. And so we are certainly getting there. The female line and the numbers. 777-980375. That's it. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. You man, or you woman? Get yourself from the don't be here, man. I am me telling you, why gonna be here in you? Me telling you. You see, that's the problem I get with you people. You just want distractions. I don't let you kind of thing. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, fine, boss man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Roosevelt calling from Lugeta. Look, Ebi, let me tell you something. This government boasts of so how many million it raised for taxes. It was we, the tricyclists and the motorcyclists, the taxes that we pay that was carry that money up. But it will never raise such a millions of dollars again. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as for the drugs issue, Thomas Fala, you know about that drugs. Thomas Fala, he aware of that drugs.
How? Why will you just assume? I'm
telling you, I said Thomas Fala aware of that drugs.
Oh man, yeah, I don't think Fala can be anywhere. You can't link it anywhere close to that, man. Fala and these people, you know, Fala knows the kind of person out there, and Francis Sakala Yimani there. Fala will not go that far, but that one, yeah, it can be. Hello, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah. How you doing?
Thank you. This is Lloyd D. Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And I prefer to be constitution by loyalty and I join from my poor in this
let's hear from you, Lloyd D. Johnson. Yeah, let's hear from you.
Thank you, AB. You know, AB, the very first time I ever saw you, it was the day I got to know that you are a man of integrity and you respect your character. They were doing it time and we went for the justice for Charlotte Musu protest as the Minister of Justice. When Lafayette go and one other paper with green hair came to you, they wanted to tell you offset to draft you. And you said, no, I came here with people and I got to listen to what the people tell me. And you listen to all, and Musa D and Lafayette go came and what do I want to talk? They talk it right in front of all and we were certified. From that day, I get great respect for you. Let me tell you, there's a song, they say, when the woman fell up, there's nothing you can do about it. She's running out of law. The day we get fell up, the put it down, he think that he knows violence or any violence. The day we get in the street, one thing, he's not living in Pluto, he's not living in Mars. not living in Jupiter, he went on earth. And to the police, the day we get on the street, the day you hammer anybody, you should be asking yourself, the same way you're going to mock motorcycle will be at your back, mocking your family to death.
No, we can't resort to that. No, they will not mock motorcyclists, so we shouldn't make looking at this. How are you doing? Yeah, we think you should okay.
Hello?
Yeah?
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead, let's hear from you.
Yeah, my name is Mohamed A. Fofana, and I'm calling from New Jersey.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, I'm going to be thank you for the topic on our discussion. I really want to know whether they got called and say an police director. You think Alabama belongs to you?
Why is this so?
Yeah, because the way they got behaving, actually, they got giving. I want a motorcycle. Yeah, for Niger, car Niger. I chairman for the cycle in car. Remember how we passing about 30 people because it's police director? So you just in your body, you just do anything to do in the country. We are facing, we all were born in the country, and the number of people buried in the country. Not because you police director, you just do anything that you feel like doing. What can be now, man? Like Joseph Walker.
Okay.
Thank you for the topic on that discussion.
Thanks. Yeah. We can only get vexed with him and hope that he does the right thing. Hello, how are you doing?
Good evening.
Good evening. Let's listen to you, please.
This is David King, and I do join you from a Smith Note resident this evening.
Okay.
Having sat on my radio listening to your intro on the issues surrounding our country as it relates to drugs. But if you allow to retrospect a little bit, I can vividly recall during the campaign when Joseph Walker mounted the podium at the JWPSC High School field in Ganta. And he said to our people that George Weah, former President George Weah, was the sole distributor of drugs and cools in our country. So the people, the buyers should join in to rescue this country from George Weah drug war that he has raised on the people of Liberia. George Weah was never a good person, so do that people get rid of him. But at no time that we ever heard drugs were arrested on the Kino in Sastan, all right, in Grand Creek County. Today, we are hearing that a warehouse full of drugs have been arrested in Foya, the hometown of Joseph Walker. So, I want to say, AB, the drugs that are in the country, it is because Joe Walker went by road to Sierra Leone and met with the drug cartel, and he told them that this is the easy way of bringing drugs down to Liberia. So the reason why A.B. Kroma and the other guys were fired with no result for that investigation, and today they are sitting home taking money, and they cannot go after their own integrity, is because Joe Walker, family member, was caught with drugs, and somebody wanted to have a compromise, and the other guy said no, and that's how the whole thing came about today. Those guys are gone and not thinking about the future. But for the Fatika brother, they don't have any integrity. These are people who wish George Weah death. So we know that every evil arrow that they pointed at George Weah, it is now striking him in a very chest. And this is how Joe Walker and his government will be disgraced by the day. Look, maybe I can tell you, Liberians are getting to realize that what Joe Walker told them as an old man, they were all lies. And Joe Walker is not even ashamed to lie. Even in his presidency, he's still telling
all right, King, we can only hold you at that. Thank you. Hello, how you doing? Others have to go. Hello. Yeah?
How you doing, Evie?
Yeah, fine.
I call for two things. One has to do with how to get my deal book. 1, 2. Then, and the last one has to do with those stupid people who's living, somebody living in Zingland. Whoever come out was standing in the street to go for or be police people and motorcycle, and they are living in a community with the same motorcyclists. So, if you want to warn them that government might not be wasting their life
because they're living with us in this community and they're treating the people like that. There are the people stealing now, taking on the motorbike. There are people in the community taking people motorbike. But Gagokoma is a sacrificial lamb because he can order them to go and take it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good evening, July.
Yeah, how you doing, boss?
Yeah, July, this is the voice of Samu Rasta joining you from Point 4 to be specific in Zimbabwe.
Okay, let's hear from you.
You know, July, I want to say thank you for the opportunity given to me tonight. July, my attention has been drawn to the issue of the drugs. July, you see the drugs in the country. Joseph Boakai and Unity Party people, they are the ones who bringing the drugs in the country. Let me tell you, July, how Joseph Boakai is the one who bringing the drugs in the country. You know, July, when Joseph Boakai appointed Abraham Nkrumah had that passion to make sure, because you know, a lot of times, like when people feel that they wanted to get rid of drugs. So Abraham Nkrumah had a passion to get rid of drugs. But you see, the drugs people, AB, they judge people always in the habit of manipulating the leaders' mind, because they are the ones who can run campaign for the leaders. And Joseph Boakai decided to replay. Boakai told AB, said, don't touch Japan. Japan is the biggest drug dealer within the Republic of Liberia, and Japan is the one almost like he's a subsidy of Japan. For all everybody what Japan is the one who they drop the drug, and he's the one who can do the danger vision. So Boakai told him, don't touch Japan. But every government failed to listen to Boakai because Boakai in charge of Japan. And for the day Boakai touch Japan, every government touch Japan, now Boakai begin to tell ABC, but AB he want to listen because he wants to form and eating water. How he got to fire Abraham Nkrumah, every Nkrumah, and told them, say, oh, because of security, everything. Every Boakai. Can you imagine the video of Boakai can sleep because Boakai is the one. Boakai taking drugs, Boakai drugs take off.
No. You not seeing withdraw yet. I want to sleeping, but yeah, no, just hello, how you doing? You can say anything.
Yeah, good
evening. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the voice of William Hans. It's been a long while, man.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I listen to your talking point. You know, AB, for some of us, we support the Unity Party 100%, but where the truth belongs, we put it there. And where the wrong belongs, we say it, no matter what. Yeah, because after all, our country remains number one, and our number one priority is to protect the peace of this country.
Okay.
Because when the country is peaceful, everyone of us will live happily.
You're right.
So the issue of the motorcyclists, I'm not saying that what the government is doing right now in terms of stopping them from running the main street is correct. Let's be honest. Because people use motorbike to go through their daily life. Some of them use it to pay their school fees, some of them use it to hustle, some of them use it to feed their family. You understand? And most especially the country we're living in, and things are hard. That's face reality. So that motorcyclists, they need to run the motorbike. But there's my thing, Eddie. When you're running the motorbike, that's why you register a motorbike, but you should be very responsible enough in terms of your behavior.
Right.
What occurred at that time, you know, or destroying the police booth or whatsoever, it was wrong. But it is difficult now to get the people who get it on the ice. You see it? So if the police coming up with such a measure against them, I think Choco should not be hard. Because I listened to in the morning on voice like he was saying that some of the motorcycles who have been high, the police season a bad. To be honest, Choco should be condemning the one who are violating police order. Because right now the case is in court. And you know, so me as soon as that the government can see reason.
Okay.
You know, to allow them to run their motorbike.
All right.
But it should be controlled. And you know, let it be controlled because after all, anything stuck in the country, everyone of us here.
All right.
Nobody run away from here. We are here.
Thank you.
Thank you so kindly.
You're most welcome, boss. Let me get on to the next caller. Hello, how you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, how you doing?
Yeah, fine, AB. This is Mason Johnson calling from PHP committee.
All right.
My first time calling on this show.
Yeah, Johnson, let's hear from you.
AB, I'm going to applaud you for the good work that you are doing for us.
Thank God.
I can make the favorite issue.
All right, bro.
I just trying to say you keep on.
All right.
Work.
Thank you, Chief, for your contribution.
We are just listening to you. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, how you doing?
Eddie.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Fine, boss. Go on quickly. Let's hear from you, Eddie.
Yeah, my name is Eddie P. calling from Chikisu Factory Memory, which was the painting. Eddie, if anybody that listens to the radio, if you feel that in your mind that the people are going to fight drugs, they lie to you. They use it
against all to get to power today. You know, somebody recording that the people play riot today, affecting the life to you. Look at what it lead to today. They said they're going to tear your toy for all of, they're going to tear your toy from the street. Now joy is scaring your toy. Look at the type of quality that the people bring in this country, my people. Then they lie to you, they fool you, affecting, they put weight to you. Look at what it lead to. Eating the post serious to fight drugs. Maybe before dropping the law for me, I'll let to discuss the motorcycle issue. They will fight their own fight, they will fight, they will cry their own cry. Because we were here crying on the radio that they want to fool you. They were passing all around with rescue. Then today you in private. We should cry on you. Yourself will cry. Yourself will fight for yourself. But it wouldn't show lesson to some of us today.
Yeah, but the Trocon man who is speaking, he was in support of your dream and visions and everything. Trocon then, they were on the other side telling their friends not to go the other way. And it was John Kenyon then who were pushing the other side. Trocon then was not part of it. Anyway, thank you for that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see, that's the problem, Eddie.
Yeah, thank you, AP. We can only hear that. Thank you. Hello, how are you doing?
Eddie, good evening. CC Papa calling from Mama Boy.
Let's hear from you, please.
Eddie, you are a good listener and you are a good advisor. So, to me, I'm begging you. Anything happen, Boaka and Mede, they finish tell Abraham they will run away later here. So, please, try to avoid the train or Blabenda. Anything we must take it easy. A liar house, you drop money. You just have to lose it before you say you get trillion and money point.
You're right.
So please,
you're right.
I beg you.
Okay.
Anything you say, advise our children there, advise the parents, we must take it easy. Okay. We are getting to somewhere. God will help us to move on the trouble one day. Thank you.
I like that. Thank you. All right. You most welcome that. Hello. You're right. Hello, how are you doing? Hello?
Hello.
Yep. Let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, Jole, this is Moses. Boy from Ambassador.
Let's hear from you, Moses.
Jole, thank you very much. Every day, in our WhatsApp listening. Thank you for the teaching and taking you to understand all the happening on the call. We bless you.
Thank you so much, Moses. All right, so let me get on to the female line, if it will. Hello?
Thanks for you, again. Hello?
What are you doing, sir?
Abi, I want to somebody hustle, my son, Eddie.
Oh, don't do it. Go ahead.
So, I see that we are talking about all the video, sir.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
my brother. How you doing, sir?
No problem.
I owe my mom to see you.
Yeah, man, see you. Go ahead.
Eddie, I will ask my next question. We are not equal. Who's bringing this job again? When they catching him, Waka Baya, who's breaking this in the country? They are breaking Kush. I want to say what die. Talk about that. Talk about Waka. So he said the phone and say, oh, we are breaking job. We want to start the job. Some of you will vote for us. Who's breaking this job about for Eddie? I don't want to know. Who's breaking that job? Because they're breaking a solar play. He breaking it. I don't want to see how to therefore. Oh, we are saying breaking the job. That's what I also get no. Don't make it arresting and arrest people, but it's not going on like that. He said. And that is that they will bring that job because what I'm begging you, if you don't save us, our children die, so I'm going to carry that. And I'm going to talk about me selling studio. You almost want to get it from me. And that is it, Eddie. We're begging that job for us. We're suffering. Our children are dying. All of Boca regime. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am, for your contribution. We appreciate that. And we are getting there. And with God, all things are possible. Hello, how are you doing?
Good evening, Eddie.
Yeah, ma'am. Let's hear from you, please.
Yes, my name is Margaret. I'm calling you from Lone Star Gas Station.
All right.
You know, Eddie, there is no bad wish for child. But you know that what we've been telling the motorcyclists from the beginning. We told them, say, every Regine are coming, that go to hear Regine, or they say that when I go to hear Regine. Yeah, now. They made deal with them when they used to go to Boulevard Junction to be crossing job. We are inter-score president, you know nothing. They a 5-year-old may get there now. They never know something now, he's dealing with it. And not the right way to live. Let us stay with the Java that we know the each other we see before they say no, we must stay with the each other we see before. They have t-shirt and when they preach out, they say no to job. Yeah, I was speaking none of my son in the street for job. And I said, I job, not brought a job. What time I eat no for country, they people with jobs. So what is the one on now? The jobs go now. The people there, they pay the go and for the jobs to go. Then the go start to go because the power just stop magma and nothing is my person no harm. We call them like they make it a nothing one. Anyone I go against you will never prosper. Any government will prosper. They better go back and ask God for forgiveness. Not a go to job. We are a dead job. We are sorry all us. The thing I see is people just say, my brother, we pray God, but we are never voted in the government. What will be? Yes, us. But then our brother calamity in our left. What's my always say we eat our hospital money, sir. So we are come nobody I knew in the government, but my friends tell you to call it. They can share with me, but they say you call anybody when they call, say you want to spread it to give it to them. They better go and apologize to God. They don't apologize to God. They come, let me say what they be. Oh, wait, if they're outside, they will not know how. Never be looking with them because they have brought a problem here on us today. We're going through it, I want you in it, all in the street. We're crying to God here and there. Yeah? So thank you for having me on the show here.
Mama.
Hey, really happy me.
I know. Certainly. Nathan Bly and Born Again, who used to be, not only Born Again were using our son in there to be giving drugs to children and too. Born Again, who used to be passing around saying launching drugs program. I know what Born Again now with street. I know.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Hello there, Papa.
Yeah, I know.
Thank God, thank you for you.
Good, thank God.
We thank God, thank you for your giving all the information. The people don't say that I was being trust in the country. So I know what it is, trust here passing through me to casting the warfare. They book out Joseph feeling very well. They call you got the son. We did to death in the name of God. Let it be our personal and root. My Ellie said, and I read my Ellie. So when he said, then they said, my Eddie, what they are, my Eddie, what they are. So the feeling come up that job we have that walk in. We will not have me. We will play here right and make the day until 2029. Every gossip, we are God bless you, money is the calling for class and peace. Thank you.
Thanks so much, ma'am, for joining us. We appreciate and we can only go on and get on to AB. Connect quickly on the WhatsApp line. We are certainly getting there with God. All things are possible. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, my dear brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the show. If I call specifically for the concerning that draw that I called today in Foya Lofa County. AB, I think that quantity of drugs, I don't think it was brought in the country with all top people in this country be aware because it's not just 2 or 3 packages or something like that. It's a whole Ford truck or pickup truck of us, you know. So and I like the side of the country it came through to Lofa County.
You're right.
So the people that used to be yelling around here that the drugs are taking all the country that President we are bringing the drugs. So what will they say today? Is it Abaka bringing the drugs or some of his official that from Lofa County? And he said something AB about Steve Zago because he put some of his own men in at the border point. It could be, you know. So that's why I'm concerning. When it comes to the motorcyclists, I wish them good luck. They went to the Supreme Court, and I wish them good luck, brother. That's all I can say. Thank you.
You got it. Yeah, I think that all the motorcyclists going against you. Yeah, man.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm from Sunday.
From where?
From Massawe.
Okay, go ahead. Please
Hello?
go ahead. Yeah.
Hello? Oh, wow.
No, boss man, we getting you. I don't know what's happening to your phone. I don't know, but we are getting you. Sorry about that. You have to call back if you can, please. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Hello, please go ahead. Hello. Okay, so I will get on to the Thomas. Yeah, Thomas, let's hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much, AB. And I've been following you from 2FM all the way to Freedom to King FM.
Thank you.
That generate more because you can give the actual information to people.
Thank you.
The thing is, so our people, I want to do our thing, they can in Lima, telling our people in Lima country that the soon I was thinking that things are push George Manuel we are not for anything that's lost. See today what happening. We said we told the people, we said the president will have a son who just this year. So you think drugs will not enter in the country? In our street to someone, we know what everything happening. So in our street, drugs will enter Europa when Joseph Bagason is in the drug business. So the only thing we have to pray that the 6th year, it be enough far from here now. So Liberia will make another decision in 2029.
Yeah.
And we now want the government will always continue to lie. The people lie to come to power. And they continue to lie when they are in power. But we got lesson for them. 2029 Liberia will make a bad decision. I can tell you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad, for your contribution. Lady D, let's hear from you. 3 more calls and we'll be out of here. Hello, how are you doing? Hello? Hello?
Hello,
yeah, please go on. Let's listen to you, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello, we are getting you. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, I'm getting you. I don't know why you're not getting me. I think I was getting you very clear. And yeah, hello, how you doing? Go on. Okay, so we are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. And we can only say that we wish you all the best. Let me get on to this one. Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello, how you doing, man?
All right, sorry, I take it as small one you say.
Yeah, go ahead.
How you doing?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, my name is Cynthia Tado. I come from Fingers Village.
Okay.
Yeah, it be concerning the just issue. It be what one that was on the field doing the competition from the first round, the second round, the exam of because we live Fingers Village, so the exam of trying the whole field, the guy set the row, connected to double row. We used to go there talking to people. Every day, they beat us. People said, "I am moving from us." So we are brought just funny and what children see on the street. We go to the other community. The woman say, "Your president is funny, gay red. You want to spoil the country." We're not listening to him. So sometimes we be 3-4 in numbers going around talking to people. They say, "Boy, your oil is really party." And I say, "Your oil is not really." That's what I'm coming to offer. Your legal man, they just killing the children. So today I'm very surprised. Even if Joseph Bagahu that just we're talking about it today. So I want to ask if that open carry just there in a particular place that before that open carry just there now. So the people real food, the people will laugh and they say controlling the people here. So I really know what we are to elaborate. Thank you, Amy, for the time.
All right, thank you for your contribution. We appreciate that. Yeah. So and that's it. Hello, how are you doing? Let me just speak a few more calls, and I think we can wrap it up. Yeah, please go ahead.
You know, I would say that
yeah. Hello?
it's bringing out trust into the country. I will say that to you. Okay. From a reliable source. Now, when we used to prevent Morovia, when they notice that people are getting to notice them, they carry to Buchanan, they used to get it from the Buchanan port, because they notice that people are getting to notice that they get it from the Buchanan port, now they carry it through the Lufa way. So Jojo is aware of it, Jojo is part of the whole story, they know where it's coming from, why it's over there. Thank you, that's all I wanted to say.
All right, thanks, ma'am, for your contribution. So let me get on to this one quickly, and then we'll be out of here. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing, brother? Amy?
Fine, please go on quickly, please.
Yeah, brother. God bless you. Thank you for the information again. Enlightening the minds of our people. After saying all those things and with the disgrace that is coming upon this government every day, what they do in the Liberian people. But we leave that because the Liberian people will be the judge. But with the lack of Jackie that used to be on the closing argument and the rest of those ballot-driven, how they call it, Unity Party people, I don't know what they have to say today. Well, the scheming of character they had against George Weah, that he was doing drugs, he was doing this, he was bringing this. And now we see with everything that the puppy has said, there is nothing. The government is just stagnant and drugs is just pouring into the country left and right than ever before. We want to hear what they have to say to the Liberian people. And what are they doing? Because George Weah is gone. This is not election time now. The people have put their trust in you. You say George Weah failed them. The people have put their trust in you to be able to elevate and do things for them. So let's see what you got to do. But brother, I'm telling you, man, every day that we get us, things are just looking bad and bad and bad.
Certainly, like I said.
We don't know what we are hearing with this old man.
All right.
I'm telling you, brother.
Thank you so much. And of course, Kamosi will be able to take us home tonight. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, Ebi, how you doing?
Yeah, fine. Please go on quickly.
Yeah, so Ebi, the issue of the drugs, it is not something it is not something that we need to look for who is the owner of drugs.
Yeah, go ahead, we're listening.
Yeah, so it is not issue that we're looking for the drugs owner. The drugs owner is the one that has the club.
You said who owned the drugs?
That's Joseph Boakai's son. No, I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Look, Abraham, when was the last time you ever heard that quantity of drugs coming from Lofa County?
No. Lofa County have never been that area where they've been. With all the things they say.
Lofa County, Bapuni, Grenke Maida. This thing is from Joseph Boakai's son. The only reason it came out is that he was dealing with the top up and leaving a low man down. That's the only reason why this story is out. That's the only
Too bad for our
out.
country. Too bad for our country. Thank you so much. Let me just close up with Robert, and we go. And with my man Santor. Let's hear from you, boss man. Hello. Yeah, let's hear from you quickly as we go on. Hello. No time. All right. So some people say Tantan is the owner of the drug. Which one of the songs? Some of you are saying Tantan. Is it Tantan or whatever? And I don't know. But anyway, we are certainly getting there with God. All things are possible. We can only leave it at that, and we'll get there. Thanks to all of you for the time tonight. So until we are back here, and I can safely say, do have a pleasant night. But the drug business is not easy. And so Boga get Jojo, Boga get Tantan. Then what kind of time again? You got another one again, right? Anyway, I want to say thanks to every one of you for the time. So until we are back here, God willing, and we think for sure we'll certainly get there together. Do have a pleasant night, and we can wish you all the best. Bye-bye.